All right, SOFI update here on the 24th. So we did indeed hit 1380. Where does that target come from? Well, we have this parallel line here. And we basically hit it. We went a little bit past it. But it really came from just taking this parallel line, putting it at the very top right here, and we hit it pretty much exactly. So the question is, did we bottom yet? Because the market is showing there's probably going to be a little bit more downside. So at this point where it stands, I think it doesn't really make that much sense to start buying puts or selling covered calls. We are way closer to the bottom than we are from even this bounce back up here to 1614. We could potentially go down to like 13 to 1350 if we get a big move down in the overall market, because it's kind of debatable if this is finished yet. I have it as potentially 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, third wave ending here, fourth wave, and a fifth wave coming down here. There's put support at 13 bucks. But I'm not going to really go over that short-term time frame of what's going to happen. We've already hit the target. So anything over or below this right here is just overkill, in my opinion. I don't think that this is going to go like way, way lower. I think we're either bottomed here or it might make one more low, potentially breaking this, but we'll see. So as of right now, let's just say this holds up above 1360. There's only two possibilities still. Nothing has changed. This is either 1 of 5, this is 2 of 5, or the third wave ended. Let's just say that's the bottom right there. This would be the second wave. The next move would be the third wave. We would just be looking for 3, 4, 5 up here for the extension. That's the first possibility. Second possibility is we finish the A wave here. If that is the case, then I'm looking for a retracement to a minimum of this right here, 1604 to 1681. There's a gap at 1614. Potentially up here too, but that's a pretty big retrace. That's past the 0.78 fib. So I would say this is almost definite on a retrace. This is potentially a retrace, but not guaranteed. So it would look like this. If that was an A wave, it would look like this. Be A. We'd get some sideways movement up to here, potentially up to here, and then down here to this box right here, which is 1102 to 1221. You can look at the 1.61 fib here. And look where it goes, right into that box at 1160. You can also do the same thing I did with this ABC move. Take a parallel line, and look at that. We hit this gap fill. This is a perfectly down here to this box at 1220. So that makes a lot of sense to get the ABC move, but the extension is still possible too. We would have to start running pretty hard from here for a third wave, potentially up here to 22 bucks. I would say I'm probably leaning towards the B wave at this point, but they're both possible. So those are the two scenarios. That's it. One, we just go straight up for a third wave. Other one, we retrace for a B wave. Probably into the end of March, I would say, because this took a month. I would expect at least a month on this retrace. Third scenario. Third scenario is we didn't bottom here, and we get one more move lower. And let's say we break below this, down to 13 bucks. The 1.61 fib of the A wave is actually at 1310. So if we break below this and go to 1310, then that can be the A wave. Same scenario though, pretty much. I would expect a retrace to probably only 1620. I don't think we'd get up here. 1620 would be the retrace, and then we would just have a deeper move. We would potentially go back down here to 1160. So if this drops, then it would eliminate the extension. This would be gone. No more extension. If we break below 1360, 1305 would be the target. There's one more scenario which I think has like less than 1% chance, and that is this is a 5-wave move. So this would be 1, 2, 3. We chop and we come down here like that. Why does that not make sense? Because it would be too deep, I think. It's too deep of a wave, because this would only be the A wave. Then we'd be looking at potentially going much, much lower. It doesn't make that much sense. So I say that's like less than 1%. So really, if we break the low of 1360, my target is 1305 or 1310, and then bounce back up here to 1620 and then down here to 1160. If we bounce from here, we can still go down here. It'd probably only go down to 1220 and then the extension. Those are the 3 possibilities I see going forward. And the overall market, I'm looking for more downside, maybe like 2% more on SPY. So don't get caught. I mean, we're pretty close to the bottom. Even if it goes to 1310, you can just buy more. But don't get caught like buying calls here or something like that, short-term calls, because it is very likely we bottom, but you never know, and the market's likely to dip more. So those are basically the 3 scenarios I see. 2 of them are we hold the 1360. They're the ones from last video. And then the third one is we break it and go to 1310. And then that would be the A wave, B wave, and then the C wave would come down here to 1160, like that. So that is the update for SOFI for today. Let's see what happens. I'll update you tomorrow. Let's see if we can hold the low from today at 1383. And of course, this low here at 1360, or are we going to make one more low and completely change, get rid of one count and maybe change the count overall and come down here to about 1160. So leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Where are we headed here short term? Which of those scenarios is going to play out? All right, like, subscribe, and I will catch you in a video tomorrow.